Um, okay, hi everybody. We are live. You can't see me in the picture right now, but I'm Paul Finkelstein. You know that with Primerica. But today I'm going to talk about a very interesting topic here for about 5 minutes. I was going to make this 10 minutes, but we have an hour meeting and we went a little drop over because everybody likes to be in a formal meeting. And sometimes we end up talking 5 minutes or 6 minutes or 10 minutes each of us as we go around. And the power of having a meeting where it's timed and using a hog. You notice, could you please hold up that pig for me in front of the camera, Martha? Just flash it. They'll see a pink thing. Great. The reason why I have that is to prevent people from hogging the time while building their wealth, because time in a meeting could be challenging when people are running meetings, and that's how we have that. But that's not the topic at hand. The topic is, just this week I did this survey for business owners on alignable.com, and two of the surveys I did, I got some interesting results, and one was nothing to do with the main topic, but what I wanted to talk about is that I asked people if capital letters was good in marketing. Like some people, they respond to their text messages or they put an excessive use of capital letters in. And some people are more experienced and more mature and they need those capital letters because they can see better. And other people, they say that those capital letters say that we're yelling. So I asked this survey, and out of 200,000 people on a group on Alignable, I had roughly 17,000 people that viewed it, and 200 people that took the time to make comments. And there were a cross section, and there was both. There was a variety. Some people loved the capital letters, some people hated it. But the other topic was about pitches and elevator pitches. And how long should a 20-second or 30-second elevator pitch be? Or is a 1 minute an elevator pitch? Or is 2 minutes an elevator pitch, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour? Are they all elevator pitches? Well, I think no, but we can probably get 200 comments on that one as well. My real topic today for you guys, fellow small business owners, business partners of SPI, and everybody out there in Alignable or in a business or small business, how do you actually become a better public speaker? And my question to you, well, or answer or question to that is, there are a few items or percentages in your speeches that I'm going to disclose to you based on a huge organization called Toastmasters about what percentages you should do in different areas of your speech, whether it's body language, tone of voice, or content, and what percentages you should do to be a better public speaker, especially for business people. And I know I was talking to Marty Sidman here, our reverse mortgage specialist. He said he was going to send his daughter to a public speaking class, or recommended it, because that was his big tip. If you want to get ahead in business, take that class, public speaking. Because so many people, we have these phones and we do these writings and we end up writing so much. And sometimes, whether we're speaking or we're writing, we have this, I don't know if this is a good word to say, but verbal diarrhea, or whether it's written or, and you just talk and talk and talk and talk, probably like a little bit like I'm doing now, but I have an organized presentation for you. But the key thing is 20 seconds or 30 seconds enough to get our impact out? Why do we need to talk for 5 minutes? So after all this analysis, I think that 1 minute counts as a presentation. I think that 5 minutes counts as a presentation. 10 minutes counts as a presentation. An hour is a presentation, but a keynote speech. But if you're going to talk for an hour, you better be darn good, interesting, and inspiring to capture your audience. Use some voice inflection, use some enthusiasm, otherwise you'll bore your audience to pieces, and then what was the point of you actually delivering your message? So many people said that if you went more than 30 seconds, then they felt like it was a sales call. They felt like you were trying to sell them. But 20 seconds, and made perfect sense, was the best elevator pitch answer that I've ever heard. This is an informal group. We're talking. We're all friends. We're business partners. But out there, when we're talking to people, it kind of was a good reminder to me that if I talk for more than 30 seconds, if it's not a planned presentation, it sounds more like a sales pitch. It sounds like an infomercial. But if we hone our presentations, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, an hour, and you're in your meetings, seminars, webinars, online, offline, and we make our presentations better. And how would we do our presentations better? The same thing with a 20-second elevator pitch. We could hone those too, but they're two different animals. One is 20 seconds. Why are TV commercials only 30 seconds? You have to get your point across, but they're not. I mean, in 20 seconds, you have just enough time to say something to get people to remember you. Hope I'm not. I'm like, I'm dancing around your head, by the way, Lynn. So
Want me to get
here are the, no, you can stay right there. It's perfect since we're already here and I have already used up most of my time. But here are the nuggets that I want to reveal to you to make our presentations better. And think about the thought of between 20 seconds and a presentation. If a minute's a presentation and 20 seconds is an elevator pitch, and try to have your elevator pitches 30 seconds or less. And your presentations, 1 minute or more, up to an hour or more, this is how to make them better. Number one, 55% of your presentations are body language, are eye contact. If you're online, you're not looking at the camera and you're looking at your notes, that's body language. If you're not looking at your audience, that's body language. If you bring notes and you have to use notes, that's body language. Doesn't mean you can't use notes. It doesn't look bad to use notes, but definitely acknowledge your audience. Look at your notes like you're on Zoom, basically. So body language is eye contact, is gestures, big gestures, little gestures. It's props. This is a fantastic thing to drink out of, and it also has her logo on it. What a concept to have a logo and brand, but I just used a prop. It wasn't, the focus wasn't on that, but hey, if you got some attention, great. By using props, but another key thing is when you use props, to use it, hold it up, talk about it, and don't wave it around like crazy and toast everybody, and then the prop becomes the speech and not you. So body language is 55% of our presentation. What's the other percentages? Up to 100%. 38% is tone of voice. Is your tone of voice enthusiastic? Are you interesting? Are you boring? Are you clear? 38%. How you made your audience feel. If you made them feel pissed off, if you're not happy, if you're not excited, if your audience up to the left, thank God you're all sitting here. Maybe you just want to be on the camera. Maybe you like me, hopefully. I'm sure. So 38%, how you made your audience feel. What's the rest? Well, 55 plus 38, 7% left to be a better presenter. 7% is the content. How to be a, everything I just said, the content is only 7%, such a small notice. And the experts on public speaking have come up with this formula, which is Toastmasters International, which is celebrating 100 years of public speaking. And if you want to learn more about public speaking, I think it's $65 for 6 months in 149 countries. So if you're not in the United States and you're in Bucharest, Romania, go sign yourself up. And that is the formula to be a better public speaker and make our presentations better. I love the survey also. I mean, people said, like literally 20 seconds to 30 seconds. After that, they're asleep, they go click. So just food for thought on what you think about how to be a better speaker and incorporate that or not incorporate that into your presentations or elevator pitch. That's my final thoughts for today. And thank you guys all for participating. I know I didn't ask a lot of interactive questions, but wanted to get that all out because it was pretty exciting.
Excellent.
Get a copy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah. See, you forgot part. I've done over 3,000 presentations in real estate office
How long?
through the years,
How
and
long?
I found that I had to make with realtors you lose their attention immediately. I had to.
1 second.
There were two things. There were two things I had to do. One, I either had to be funny immediately or controversial. I had to ask a controversial question about within their industry, okay, and get some activity that way. Or I had to be funny. One of my comments in the front of 300 realtors I was presenting to one time in a movie theater. They had their meetings, and I said that, you know, I haven't figured out what realtors do. They're never home, they're never in their car, they're never in their office. I don't know what the hell they're doing. And some little guy stood up in the top row and he said, it's none of your damn business either. Okay, but I got activity immediately. And that was one. Another one I used to say, I used to be 6 feet tall till I started dealing with realtors. That kind of thing. And then I get either, whatever, but, and controversial.
You got their attention.
But I got their attention right away and the respect and I had a following in just Indianapolis, well, in Indiana of probably 11,000.
So some of you got rapport right away, and some they had to grow on you like a fine wine.
Yeah, a little bit, but I got their attention.
Right. Thank you, Arnie, for that. You had a thought on this topic of public speaking?
No, I as I said, the suggestion I gave my daughters and my grandchildren is that when they're in college, to take the course in public speaking. Because over the years, I was in the real estate business in shopping centers and then went into what I'm doing now as a banker. Most important thing that I've learned over the years is how to communicate at a board meeting. And no matter what you do, it's always public speaking. It's not so much on a telephone, it's that when all of a sudden you're in a board meeting, you've got to communicate what you're trying to say in short terms. As you say, you lose them right away if you don't get it right to the point.
What's the point? 20 seconds? 30 seconds? A minute?
Whatever it is that's on your agenda, you want to start.
Right.
with.
It's different.
So you know, as a writer, it's who, what, where, why, and when.
Mm.
Well, it's the same thing when you're making a presentation to someone, or at a meeting, or doing something, or going over a lease, or going over some property, what have you. So what are we talking about? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to obtain? That's the key element in any business.
Mhm.
But a lot of times, in today's world, we came from a different culture. And my children and my grandchildren, they're on.
They grew up with this
They grew up with-
device here
Exactly,
that is different kind of communication.
right.
Emojis.
And not only that, they really have to be very careful, especially today. The government is now trying to do something with, was it
TikTok.
TikTok?
Yeah.
See, they don't realize, and I keep on telling my children, be very careful what you put into Facebook or LinkedIn or anything that's online. Because if you go look for a job 5 years from now, no matter what you think that you deleted something, someone has the technology to get back into it and look up something. And if they see something that's negative, that you wrote about a politician or you wrote about something, it's going to go against you. And that's what the world we live in today. It's all communication. By the way, this is going to something a little bit different. The bomb is not the worst thing in the world today. It's happening now in Israel. It's happening in Ukraine. But what's going to happen in the future is the elimination of our electricity. They're going to, no matter what's going to happen, we are vulnerable without using a bomb or the A bomb or the H bomb. All they have to do is knock out our electricity and we're out of water. So we're in another world of electronics that's taking over and it's being used by other countries and they're ahead of us when it comes to that.
You see what he just did with communication? He just did shock value. And got our attention. Good technique too.
Well, you know, if you think about what's happening now, is we're talking about what's happening in Israel and happening in Ukraine. But it's so easy to knock us out, take away our electricity and all our hospitals and everything in communication goes out. At one time, people were thinking about all they have to do is poison the water system. Something to do with our water, because everything we do as far as our drinking water is concerned. But they even going further now is as far as our electricity is concerned. You know, our power is the main purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to use a bomb to put us into a very bad position.
Yeah, we have electricity here and we're not in
No
the
matter
dark.
what, knock this out. Every one of these people that are on some kind of ventilator,
Yeah.
they're gone.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, on that note, on
I
a
want to
happy
mention
note.
one other thing too.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin's good at it.
Mhm.
You're good at it, and so on. You want to be a resource. You want to be a resource, and you want to get that across to people that you're a resource that, so they're glad to see you the next time.
My compliment to you, Ronnie, is that you are a resource for me.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I thank you guys all for coming here today. I know that we're over, but we all had a great meeting. I think, I feel, I look at, and everybody's not getting up, so that's great. That's always a good sign that it's a great meeting. And I'll take us off recording. If you guys were interested in anything here, by the way, come next Wednesday. You could text me at the number you see on the screen about where we meet in Delray Beach every Wednesday morning. I'll take care of it, Darren. So I just crammed myself into
Good
that
meeting,
chair.
Paul.
Okay.